Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's SatchOnSims here. Today I'm not doing anything today. I'm just narrating over a build that I did yesterday. So one of my New Year's resolutions for this year / next year is to try and improve my building skills in The Sims 4. Because don't get me wrong, I'm not bad at building. I'm not that bad, but I'm not very good either. So I really wanted to improve it. So I was thinking of like different ways I could do it. And then I saw another YouTuber, XUrbanSimsX, and she's been doing a build save in The Sims 4, which I love. If you don't know what a build save is, it's basically where you, or a game save rather, it's basically where you just delete every single lot, every single household in the entire Sims 4 world, and then build it up from scratch, creating things new, doing other things to make it more interesting, adding your own lore, adding your own stories, etc. So I thought it would be a really good idea to do that to improve my build skills too. So if you haven't seen my channel before, I am one for a challenge. I love a good build challenge. So for the first ever house I'm doing for my build save, I decided to do a starter home. Not just a starter home, a tiny home, a tiny home starter home. Not just a tiny home starter home, a off-the-grid tiny home starter home. I don't know why I gave myself like the biggest challenge I could possibly give myself for the first ever build that I'm doing for this build series. I guess, you know, I like to throw myself in at the deep end. So as you can see here, I tried to do a modern style home. I wanted to do it on stilts because I've honestly never done a house on really tall stilts before. I thought it'd be just a really fun, cool idea. I kind of wanted to give it like a tree house vibe, but I wanted to keep it quite modern. So I used lots of wooden planks all around it. I think I used the same wooden planks on the inside and the outside, I think. And I wanted to make it really like open and airy and spacious. This build was actually inspired by my grandma's house. She actually lives in she made herself like a wooden studio, and she does her artwork in there and creative things like that. So I was really inspired by that, and I really wanted to pull off the similar kind of aesthetic with these big open windows, a wooden artsy vibe. When I was making this house, I actually, for the first time in my life, I thought about what Sim would live in this house before I made it. And honestly, it's the best thing I could have done because it really helped me just get the general aesthetic for this place. So I imagine, you know, like this young, well not young, old artist, and I imagine him, you know, living on his own. He likes to be alone. He doesn't like other people. I really wanted to do a house that just screamed middle class, artsy man. I think I pulled it off. I quite enjoyed it. Now, obviously, the house here I make was very small. I imagine the person living here is really eco-friendly, so I didn't want to have an oven or fridge or anything. I know technically you can have an off-the-grid fridge and oven, but I didn't want to do that because I wanted to keep it more realistic. I don't really like how in The Sims 4 the off-the-grid function allows you to have an off-the-grid oven. It literally makes no bloody sense. I much rather the idea of just having like a bonfire, no, not bonfire, what's it called? Barbecue, sorry, barbecue. I like the idea of just having a barbecue because it just makes it a little bit more realistic. The only thing I really struggle with when I'm doing off-the-grid homes is lighting. As you can see, I gave the house lots and lots of big windows because I wanted to get lots of natural light in. But as you may know, if you love building in The Sims 4, you know that Willow Creek is a terrible world for building because of the lighting. It's so bad, it's so dull, it's so dark. So it was really difficult trying to get the lighting right in this build, but I tried my best anyway. So I really wanted to keep this build quite spacious. I didn't want to put too much in here. I just wanted to keep it, you know, very simple. This guy just loves his art. That's all he cares about. He lives for doing his artwork. Nothing more. He doesn't want, you know, he doesn't want love. He doesn't want, you know, PlayStations, TVs. He doesn't want anything in life, just he loves drawing. So I tried to fulfill this aesthetic here. And I did play test this lot afterwards, so it does totally function. The only thing is I didn't really add anything here which could kind of up his fun needs other than his artwork, because I tried to get him to do artwork, but he actually got bored. The sim actually just got bored over time. I don't know if it's a bug or not, if anyone in the house is having this, but my sims are always bored. Whatever I do with them, whatever I try and do, I give them fun activities, they're always just bored. For me, filling their fun need is always just like quickly spending some time on the computer playing whatever game is on the computer in the game, and then just coming off it so I can fulfill their fun need. It's such a immersion breaking thing. I don't know, sorry, it's just a rant that's got nothing to do with this video. Oh guys, I don't know what to say. Do you know what, whenever I do these like narration videos, I always feel really nervous. I don't know why I feel nervous. I think it's because I'm not actually playing the game like real time, I'm just talking over it. In addition to that, the video's kind of moving too fast for me to even be able to keep up with it and tell you what's going on. So you can just watch it and see it as I'm seeing it too, like a movie. I think looking at the video now, I'm basically almost done. Now, one of the biggest things that I was really struggling when doing this was trying to give the person who lives here something to do other than painting. You know, I imagine this character to be the kind of guy who just paints. That's all he wants to do with his life. But then I thought, if other people are going to pick up this, they're probably not going to want to do that because it's kind of boring as a gameplay style. So what I decided to do, I decided to give him like a little back garden. Well, not a back back garden as per se, but more so just stairs on the back of the house leading up to it, so that, you know, if you wanted to put some other stuff around the back, you can put those other things around there. It is possible. So, you know, if you want to add a laundry thingy, you can do that. If you wanted to add, I don't know, like some season stuff, like a swimming pool or something, do whatever you like. But I kind of wanted to just keep it au naturel. I didn't want to include that much stuff in it. Now, one thing that I really found quite limiting about doing these builds on the stilts is that you can't put anything underneath the stilts. I really hope in The Sims 5 that they give us the ability to do that, so your Sims can walk underneath the stilted foundations, because technically there is a gap. If it was a real human being, they would have been able to walk under it. So I really hope in The Sims 5 we get some upgraded building tools. Don't get me wrong, I love the building tools in The Sims 4, but I do think that, you know, they could be a little bit better. Oh guys, I've been chatting away and I didn't realize we finished. Ta-da! So as you can see right now, I just gone into create a sim mode. Now in my head, my inspiration for making this person was Luigi, like Super Mario Luigi. I don't know why, I just imagine Luigi as a painter. I wanted to kind of make him, you know, tall, skinny, long, black, scruffy hair. He's not that fashionable. As you can see, I've given him sandals. Well, you can't see it yet, but in the end, I decided to give him sandals with socks. Yes, he's that kind of guy. I gave him some dungarees, and I just kind of wanted to make him, you know, not so fashionable, just kind of a roughly dressed man. He honestly just cares about his art, his life, and that's all. He loves living off the grid, being alone, being peaceful. And I think I can't remember what traits I gave him now. I'm gonna have to wait till the video's finished, but I think I made him, oh my god, I didn't give him the art lover trait, even though he loves painting. Sorry. Anyway, maybe I have to change that later on. Anyway, I gave him the vegetarian traits. Apart from that, I totally forgot what other traits I gave him. It'll just be a surprise when we get to it. There we go. His aspiration is art aspiration. He loves the outdoors. He's a vegetarian, and oh yeah, he hates children. I imagine this kind of guy is the kind of guy that would hate children, so I really wanted to do that. Thought it would be funny. Whenever I do Sims, I always give them at least one negative trait. Normally, I like to give them, you know, like one positive trait, another positive trait, and then one negative trait. I like to keep it a little bit balanced. I wish we had the ability to make more traits so I could give them more negative traits, but obviously that's not possible. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to have a look at my other videos. I do things like build challenges all the time. As of making this video, I'm almost at 100 subscribers, and I really appreciate it if I could reach that goal. I know for most people having 100 subscribers is nothing special, but for me, it's really lovely, and I really appreciate even just one person subscribing to me and watching my stuff. Makes me feel really happy. So if I could reach that 100 subscriber goal, it would make me super duper happy. Anyway, other than that, thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll see you next time.